Okay, so here we have potential for fix and flip right here. This is the house that I'm talking about. Number one, so which is right here, and number two. Why number two? Because number two is actually very similar and is on the same streets, only one, two, three, four houses down. So why is it potential? Let's look at this. Both are on the same street, and this one is on the market at 540, and is basically it gets sold right away within a few days. Let's look at it. Um, there it is, this house right here. So you see, it's very similar styles, Rambler, and this brick front. So, but if you look at that, and there it is, well, all this thing look decent. So it's not really new. Landscaping, they have some kind of landscaping there, but not much. There it is, the interior. By looking at this picture right here, you see they have weird color in here. I don't know, not a lot of people are gonna like this color, but still, some people like it. Uh, and the floor is not all that new, as you can see right here. So basically, by these, it gives us the impression that this house is about maybe 5 or 6 on the scale of 10. So let's keep that in mind. And again, the floor right here is not all that great. I mean, it's good, but that's why it's basically it's livable, but it's not all that great. Look at the trim, the molding. There's no crown molding up here. The trim is very basic. Is old, so we can beam up. We can luxury this trim a little bit. It's gonna look a lot more and do something with the crown molding. I mean, if we have the labor, and then why not? The material is not that much. And again, the same. What is they have skylight? Look like it's this is the addition. It's look like this is the addition in the back. But anyway, the color, I think neutral is more. But because this family is still living there, so this is the preference. And some of the culture, I know that the Middle East and somewhere in Africa, they tend to like this um, bright color here instead of um, I'm not sure, but maybe I'm wrong, but some of the Middle East, like and Africa, they like the kind of color. Uh, and there it is. See, they have no crown molding. The trim is actually is pretty small. It's like it's back in the old days, outdated. So basically, the house, as you can see, is actually I will give it a 5 out of 10. Um, it's not that old, but it's not all that good. Maybe a 6. But there it is. And again, uh, this right here, as this angle right here, this is pretty old. I mean, this look like the original. This is at least 20 or 30 years old or something like that. So this tells us the condition of the house is not bad, but it's actually a lot of original. Stuff are still here. There are not a lot of upgrade. Like this cabinet is old. This Formica is being broken, so it's not that good. And this is old kitchen. Maybe they have some kind of new appliances here. I'm not sure about this thing, but this look like it is newer. And look at the hood right here. They have right here. So basically, this tells us something. This house is not all that new. And with that condition, this window right here, oh, this thing, these are more or less the original structure right here. There is not a lot of improvement in this house. And obviously, throughout this is the more updated bathroom right here. But look at this thing. Would you say, wow, it's look nice? No, of course not, right? I mean, it's look okay, it's clean, it's usable, livable, but there's no wow factor in here. I don't know about you, but I mean, I don't think this will give me any kind of wow factor. If you watch the video that I sent you, then these is really nothing. Uh, so move on. See, this is old structure. They might have refinished the hardwood floor, and maybe there is a fresh coat of paint on here. This is old door too. This is like aluminum, like 50 or 60 years old already. So basically nothing new in here. So these give you the kind of ideas. They have new paint here, light blue, but this floor cheap Pargo right here, and the installation is not all that good either. You see all this thing. It's not supposed to have a gap that big, but you know what I mean. I mean, with a good um, installation, you won't see that. You would not see that. This is old. You see that. They might have upgraded cabinet here, the faucet here. This is new. I mean, this I don't know. Maybe this is newer, but it's not that new. But it's been upgraded, I believe. But it's not all that new. It looks like they have some good stuff in here. And this is actually four-season room, so it doesn't give a lot of. Basically, it's more like a four-season. Well, you know what I mean by four-season room. If they want more value, this could be enclosed and put an AC on here and heater on here could add some more value. There's the basement. Here's the basement. It's look like it's a little low. Ceramic, and basically there's nothing. They have a finished basement. I mean, there are a lot of room to improve the value of this house. If you look at all the some of the videos that I sent you, then you know what I'm talking about. This is very basic, barely the minimum that the house the homeowner doing for his own users. But if we are in the flipping business, this is a waste. We gotta add a little more improvement to this to max out the potential value of the house. And because they live here, they just feel like, oh, they don't want to spend any more money on here. But then it's really tough when you live there and already make this for your personal preference and move it around to max out the value. But as on the other hand, if we do the other house, we can do almost anything now because there's nobody live there and we have the whole space to do whatever that we want to do. There it is. Look at this kind of ceiling. And back in the old day, a lot of people do this, but I don't think this will add any value. It looks cheap. Doesn't look right. But anyway, you see that. So okay, well, there it is. It is the four-season room. They have a little, I don't know, patio here and something right here. Overall, this house, I would have to give this house about 5 or 6. And with that, we know that this house is under contract right now, which is sold. And how fast did it sell? Within a couple of days only, 3 days. So they probably have multiple offer on here or some, I don't know, but that was really fast. So we know that this house, as a minimum, that it will sell for 540. But if this house, imagine if we go in and redesign this house and make everything look better, there's no way it's gonna go less than 575, right? But keep that in mind. Let's say, okay, and then let's look at this house right here, number 1. Okay, number 1. Okay, so let's check out this house. And as you can see right here, well, there's no pictures here, but I can go back to the history and look at some of the picture that we can see in the past. Let's check this out. There are 13 pictures here. Okay, so basically, well, the house look very similar, but then we have a little bump out right here. So it's an addition, right? And then I'm gonna go through real quick on the inside. Well, the basement look like it's higher. I don't know if it is actually higher, but the picture make me feel like here's the bump out. The original structure is from here, but here's the bump out. This is like probably 100 square feet. So there is some added value, and there is something right here. As you see, we have an addition, right? It's more like a four-season room right now, but there it is. This is even adding more value. We have a patio, look pretty nice and clean and pretty big. So there it is. The addition is open ceiling, the vaulted ceiling right here. So we have a fireplace. Actually, we have a fireplace here too. Something, I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't know. But here we actually have the addition just like the other house. I don't know if it is bigger or smaller. We just have to go and see how big this is. But the shape and size are actually very similar. But I'm suspecting that this house is even bigger because we have the bump out right here. Okay, and with that, now that we go in here, we have the new roof. We redesigned the whole entire thing, right? So I don't really know how much it's gonna cost right now, right? Um, but let's put it on the calculator and see what we get. Okay, here's what I have prepared. Okay, let's say if we buy the house at 400,000, I mean $420,000, right? And then if we buy cash, of course there'll be tax every month that we have to pay, and taxes 5,100 a year, so which is about $429 a month, right? And I'm guessing we're gonna spend about $65,000 to do like a total improvement on the house, maybe maybe a little more, maybe a little less, depends on how much you want to sell the house for. But there is closing costs that I have right here, about $10,000, which is about 2.5% of the purchase price. But because we are buying cash, so I'm expecting this is only about $5,000, $5 or $6,000, because all the tax and fees and this and that and stuff like that. So with that in mind, right? So over here, retail value. If we sell the house for about 600,000, right? We have minus everything. So basically, minus the repair cost, the purchasing cost, the cost of resales for agents, and the mortgage. I mean the monthly mortgage for 3 months. I mean I have it here for 2 months, but I added 3 months because $400 three months is about another 1,200, something like that. But in the end, if we can sell the house for about 600, which I think is very easy. If we put this much money in there, and then we can have about, after minus everything, and this number are actually very conservative. You should have this right here. But let's say maybe 6, 7, maybe 5, 600. If we can't make it, what about 575? This is a sure thing. This is a sure thing. And well, guess what? You still have $40,000. So, well, I don't know how much it's gonna cost, and I mean maybe there is room to negotiate. Maybe we can. I don't know about if 400 will do it, but I mean 410. Maybe 410 is, we have a very high opportunity to get a 410, but the 400 is a little tough. And with 400 we have about 64,000. So right now it just really depends on what kind of improvement we're gonna make here. But the value for this house, if we do, like, we renew the entire thing, redesign a little bit to make this feel better flow and brighter and stuff like that, just like all those other houses that I show you, we're not gonna sell it anything less than 600. But let's say be conservative, 575. And 575, you make it right here, 64,000. But if you buy for, that is for 400. But what if you buy for 20? That's still 40 something. And this is for 3 months. You get in and get out and make this much money. And I'm pretty sure with and because of Amazon is gonna be very close by, and I think in the end we're probably gonna go 600, and we will be able to sell it within a couple of weeks or so, maybe 2 weeks. 600. That's how much you're gonna get. But I mean, we can negotiate the price down, maybe 420, 410, 415, depends. But we are looking at $40,000, $45,000 as a minimum. And if we do a 65, $1,000 improvement. Again, this is this is about $5,000 higher. If we this is for if we finance 80%, but if we've only paying cash, and this is about $5,000 or $6,000 only. So you know this number doesn't reflect that, and you add $5,000 or $6,000 on here, plus whatever negotiate, whatever price that we can push down on here. And of course, you know, we can try 400. I don't think they're gonna agree with it, but you know, nothing stops us from trying. Okay, let me know what you think.